Hey guys, welcome back to another freezing day here in Asheville, North Carolina. It's about 21 degrees today, so we're shuttling instead of pedaling up Kitsuma. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow up because this broke, so I have no dropper today.
A few minutes before I started filming, I noticed the bolt holding my dropper lever was rather loose. I tried to tighten it, but it snapped like a twig. I zip tied the lever as I didn't have any extra bolts with me, and while it stayed in place, using the dropper was a no-go. I was basically pedaling up using a kiddie bike, which is why eventually I just gave up and decided to push. Even if you're shuttling to the parking lot, there is still a bit of climbing to the peak. It's really not that long or challenging, but it does have some spots that are kinda steep.
Ready as a water bee.
Yeah. Scare ourselves here.
It turns out it's a good thing that you get some heat in you before you get to the top, as Kitsuma gets into business right away. The start is the only place that's particularly steep. Beyond that, the pucker factor is that it's just crazy fast. Riding like a huge pump track, with millions of spots to get more free speed. The overall layout of the trail lends itself to great flow, and almost all switchbacks are nicely burned. But you'll be going so fast that riding blinds, the switchbacks kinda come out of nowhere and they require significant braking. It is really a great combination, as saying this is one of the most fun trails I've ever ridden is an absolute no-brainer. Oh, and did I mention it's crazy fast?
That was icy. Yeah, same here. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, I'm pushing, man.
I skipped a few in this video, but the first quarter of the trail will have these very short climbs in between the downhills. They're really no big deal, and with a functioning dropper you can clear them without much effort.
That was sick. Yeah, scared myself a little bit even.
As you work through the trail, you'll be switching between riding on top of the ridge or on bench cut trail on the side of the mountain. While exposure is present, it's not huge cliffs but rather steep slopes. It isn't to say that bailing off the side wouldn't be painful, but I found it a lot less intimidating than other spots like Porcupine Rim, for example. Additionally, there are a few spots where the rollers are rather pointy, and if you so desire, they can be used to get some air. Me, at this speed, I'll keep my tires on the ground. But hey, to each his own.
Root almost sent me off. Yeah, I bounced off a root a little weird there.
Something I had never thought about since I rarely ride in cold weather is that I actually prefer below freezing than just around it. When the dirt starts to thaw, it gets really slushy and goes from icy but predictable to muddy and all over the place. The sunny spots seem particularly prone to this effect. It eventually caught up with me, but I think I chose a nice spot to slide out considering.
Yeah, I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah, flipped out.
I really was completely unhurt. I think that's about as smooth as I've ever crashed, but with my tires now caked, it took me a bit to get my confidence back. I struggled with the chunkier sections while my tires cleared. Or so I thought. I eventually noticed that they never really cleared, but instead I had managed to relax on the bike again. It's crazy how much of barriers are actually just in our head.
Slippery. Tree. Extreme lean.
As you get closer to the end of the trail, there's this one left-hand corner that's famous for catching people off guard. You've been flowing at high speed for so long at this point, you really don't expect to find a closed corner with no catch burn. Search for other Kitsuma videos. You'll find a bunch of people going off at this exact point.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
The ice, man.
I had never been here before, but I had seen enough videos to remember to warn everyone in the group, and it seemed to work. No mountain bikers were harmed in the making of this video.
Not again.
So close.
As you come to the end of the trail, it'll be pretty obvious that you'll be in the forest and no longer above it. The last section flattens out a bit and gives you a chance for one last high-speed run before leading into the parking and picnic area at the bottom. Clocking in at 7 miles of almost continuous descent, this trail is proof that no matter how much you've been riding, it's never enough, as you'll definitely want to go for another run on this one.
Whew.
How's that for downhill, baby?
That was great.
Oh, yeah.
I'll move. There we go. Boy, is Kitsuma a lot of fun. very much worth coming here. We shuttled it, but even if you pedal up, I'd say it's worth it. Well guys, that's my last Asheville video for this trip. Hope you had fun. See you for the next one, and happy riding.
Sticking these inside of here. That's how you keep your handlebars warm. There we go. I got it. I broke the code.
See,
I'm under the grips.
Inside of the.
yeah, Angel's bike hacks. Woo! You good?